Hello everyone, I'm Anuj Jaggi and I'm a legal intern with LEXIS and Company. And the topic for today's video presentation is claims arising out of deductions or delay in payment of wages. So the objective of Payment of Wages Act is to ensure the payment of wages in particular form and at regular intervals without unauthorized deductions. It is not competent to the authority under the Act to decide the validity of the termination of service of the employees, nor the authority has the right to decide about the amount claimed as retrenchment, relief, or benefit. The authority is advised only to adjudicate whether any earned wages are due to the employee. The act applies to the payment of wages employed and to any factory and to the persons employed upon any railway administration. Further, the state government is empowered to extend the provisions of the Act for the payment of wages to any class of persons employed in any industrial establishments, and via Section 1 Clause 4 and Clause 5 the term wages is defined in Section 2 Clause 6. Under Section 3 there is general responsibility casted upon any employer for payment to persons employed by him of all wages required to be paid under this Act. Further, the time schedule for payment of wages is laid down in Section 5, and further Section 7 enumerates the deduction in which may be made from the wages. The scope for imposition of the time of payment of wages and the deduction of any kind of fine on any employed person is specified in Section 8 of the Act. Then further, Section 15 of the Act not only creates the forum but also provides the remedy for non-payment of wages. The authority under the Act is appointed by the appropriate government by notification in the official gazette. It is empowered to hear all the claims out of the deduction from wages or delay in payment of wages and all incidental matters. The appropriate government may appoint any commissioner for workmen's compensation or any officer of the central government exercising functions such as the regional labor commissioner or assistant labor commissioner with at least 2 years of experience, and any officer of the state government not below the rank of associate labor commissioner with at least 2 years of experience. And the fourth one is a presiding officer of any labor court of industrial tribunal and constituted under the Industrial Disputes Act of 1947. And the last one is any other officer with experience as a judge of a civil court or a judicial magistrate. Provided that whether the appropriate government considers it necessary to do so, it may appoint one or more authority for any specified area and may by general or special order provide for the distribution or allocation of work to be performed by them under this Act. When an application under Section 15 Clause 2 is made, the authority has to hear the applicant and the employer and the other person responsible for the payment of wages. The proviso to this subsection lays down that a claim under this Act shall be disposed of as far as practicable within a period of 3 months from the date of registration of the claim by the authority. Further, the period of this subsection lays down that a claim under this Act shall be disposed as further the period of 3 months under this Act may be extended if both the parties to the dispute agree for the bona fide reason to be reconsidered and by the authority that the said period of 3 months may be extended to such period as may be necessary to dispose of the dispute of the parties in concern. Further moving ahead, it has also been provided that no direction for the payment of compensation shall be made in the case of delayed wages if the authority is satisfied that the delay was due to the factors which are a bona fide error or bona fide disputes as to the amount payable to the employed person. Second one is the occurrence of an emergency or the existence of exceptional circumstances. The person responsible for the payment of wages was unable in spite of exercising reasonable diligence. And the last one is the failure of the employed person to apply for or accept payment. So I'll be talking about the concept in the next part of the video. Thank you everyone.